Hi, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the next episode of Pokemon Battle Commentary. I'm your host, Jedediah, and here today we have Marcus Radley Chung.
What's up? What's up?
Okay, so today we are going to review our battle between Roydan and Radley as one of the challengers against the gym leaders for this year. What am I talking? Hey, welcome everyone to the next episode of Pokemon Battle Commentary. My name is Jedediah, I'm your host today, and we have Marcus.
Hello, what's up?
So here we have a battle between Roydan and Radley. Roydan being one of the challengers of the Pokemon League against the Water Gym leader Marcus Radley Chung. So they can't see your hand signs. So as you can see from here, we have Gavantula and Smirgo on his team, probably going to be the setuppers for his team. On Marcus's team, we have this standard water Pokemon who are generally from the overused tier. So generally you can see Gastrodon is the electric defenser, Gyarados being the Mega Evolution, as well as the Grass Neutralizer, I guess, Grass Neutralizer.
Due to its typing.
Due to its typing, yeah. And Azumarill is of course a beast all around. So we're gonna start with the battle. So as you can see here, we're gonna have Rotom facing off with Smirgo, and we would expect Smirgo to be a normal Smirgo, but that didn't turn out the way it should be. So what were your initial thoughts against Smirgo when you start off with Rotom?
Okay, firstly I was expecting it to be using Spore, either that or Stealth Rock as a setup. But as you can see from the video later on, he's actually going for Spore, which I sent out my Gastrodon to take it. Because, Gastrodon probably is bulky enough to take some of the hits. So I sent it out and swapped it out with my Rotom again. But here comes a little bit of a surprise, because normally I would expect a Smurgle to go for a entry hazard, say like Stealth Rock or Spider Web, or Sticky Web, sorry. But his Smurgle actually uses Agility and Baton Pass.
So did it like throw you off or anything? Because I would be a bit freaked out, like, oh my god.
Yeah, I would kind of panic a bit, but I wasn't surprised that Breloom was gonna come out, so.
Anyway, for info, guys, it might spoil it for him a little bit, but basically this Rotom is actually Choice Scarf, so it would actually outrun a lot of things unexpectedly, because usually you would expect Rotom to carry leftovers. So that's quite an interesting strategy he has there. And as you can see from here, he actually survives a Seed Bomb, which is quite surprising since Azumarill is actually weak to Grass, but because it's actually tanky enough, and I'm assuming Breloom doesn't have the EVs, that's probably why it didn't get KO'd. And actually you should run Bullet Seed, right?
Yeah, you definitely should run Bullet Seed.
Bullet Seed. Bullet Seed is a better option than Overseed Bomb, so Roydan you might want to take note of that. So from here you have the Arcanine, who is going to come in with a Wild Charge. He can definitely take an Aqua Jet simply because it's actually very tanky, and he actually intimidated his Azumarill. So Azumarill has not much of a chance surviving here. Although I thought that he should have gone for an Extreme Speed, which he actually carried, right? Yeah. I do have one question for you though. Why didn't you have Starmie on your team? Because it's a rapid spinner. It seems like you don't have a rapid spinner on this team, which might actually hurt Gyarados severely if he carried Stealth Rock or any entry hazards.
Okay, I had difficulties between choosing Starmie and Greninja and the placement of my team. I needed someone to counter electrical attacks and possibly grass type attacks as well, but I don't have it at the moment. So I decided to give Greninja a run for its money. I mean, Starmie a run for its money, and chose Greninja because Greninja's speed is actually way higher than Starmie.
Okay, I see. From here on, he's going to switch in Smirgo, taking chance that the Gastrodon is actually asleep, so he can actually set up Agility and go for the second Baton Pass. So from here, he actually switches in his own Rotom, trying to go for that Volt Switch again. Unfortunately, because Smirgo is actually faster after the Agility. He's able to pull off the Baton Pass, and he predicts. Did he predict the Volt Switch? No, he tried to predict a Volt Switch, but instead Marcus actually went for the Hydro Pump instead. So it actually heavily damaged Gavantula. And another thing I just noticed, he actually has Unnerve, which is really unnerving, simply because like he should have carried Compound Ice instead of Unnerve.
Yeah.
So that he can actually run things like Thunder. I'm not sure why he actually did that. So he went for the Electro Ball, which is actually quite predictable. So Marcus is able to actually counter it with Gastrodon. From here, the sleep counter is already up. It's been quite a few turns, and he goes in with the Scout, KOing Gavantula. But I remember you have another battle. Who was it with? Your previous battle that actually faced Gavantula against. Oh, I
Uh,
remember it was
yeah,
Kenny's battle, and he carried Energy Ball and Thunder, which is a deadly combination against a
yep.
team. So
Shut
how
off my entire team.
so how do you think you can actually counter that in the future?
Let's see. I probably would have to scarf. I don't know. Rotom with Ice Beam, or maybe Starmie with an Ice Beam,
Hmm.
or preferably a Greninja.
Bottom cannot learn Ice Beam.
Oh yeah,
Hidden
that's right.
Power Ice. Yeah, it's
Hidden
gonna be
Power
a
Eyes would be a
bitch.
bitch, but Greninja would be a great option. Great
Mm.
counter, definitely.
But you can't switch it. That's that
Mhm.
part. Yeah. Okay, back to the battle. As you can see from here, he has Charizard Y. Personally, I thought it's going to be a Charizard X, but I guess Y makes more sense if he switches it in. Simply because he has Solar Beam to actually sweep his water Pokemon. So, not only that, for those batters who don't know, Sunny Day actually cuts the power of water moves by half. So basically, if he were to get hit by water moves, it would just be neutral damage instead of the usual ×2 weakness, which is an excellent strategy. Charizard Y is actually quite effective, quite underestimated. A lot of people tend to use X over Y because they think, oh, Black Charizard is new, Charizard it's cool and everything. But in actual fact, Y is actually equally powerful, and it gives the element of surprise that Charizard needs in order to face teams like this. So from here, he's going to switch into Gyarados, and he gets hit pretty hard with an Air Slash. He could actually potentially 2-hit KO Gyarados, but the waterfall finished Charizard off in the process. So how many Pokemon did you get finished off by Charizard? Was it
I think
3?
about 3 by Charizard
Yeah,
Y.
early
That
on
thing's a
while we were
beast.
talking, he got swept like just three Pokemon through. So Arcanine is going to come in here with Intimidate, reducing his attack by a little bit. Unfortunately, I think you didn't have answers to this. And why do you actually Mega Evolve? Because you didn't really have much of a choice or chance to actually counter back from attack.
Well, actually, I thought like the Mega Evolved Gyarados would be bulky enough to take a Wild Charge, but I wasn't expecting it to do that much damage, so I chose to Mega Evolve and
Yeah,
instead-
but you were at yellow health, so I don't think you could have survived it.
yeah, I
Anyway.
kind
Still
of
2 times
underestimated
weakness.
Wild Charge, the unstabbed Wild Charge damage.
That's true. Oh, okay. Here comes the exciting part. So after being swept by 3 Pokemon, is this your last Pokemon?
Yeah, this is actually my last
This
one.
is actually Marcus's last Pokemon, as you'll see from here. So now he switches in, and he actually survives the Wild Charge simply because if you do not know, this ugly thing has a defense
It
of
is not ugly.
defense of 115, so it could actually survive a Wild Charge. From here, it's going to go into Shell Smash, and you're going to see quite an amazing sweep from here. Even after a Spider Web decrease in speed, after Shell Smash, it reaches a +1 in speed, and it's able to, well, sweep the entire team. So what's your move coverage options for your car what?
Barbacle? Let's see. My
Yeah.
Barbacle has Razor Shell, Cross Scissor, and Cross Chop.
X Scissor.
X Scissor, right?
Yes.
X
And
Scissor.
yes, Tough Claws to actually back those moves up to give an extra 1.3 times boost in attack. So, this one Pokemon that I actually, have faced many times and actually underestimated. So, as you can see, even the Gengar in the end was not able to outspeed it, surprisingly. I'm not sure if Roydan's Pokemon were EV Train and IV Train. I'm really not sure, but I think judging from, the fact that Gengar actually didn't outspeed you, I think.
He could possibly be running on a modest Gengar instead of a Timid, which is quite rare but still possible.
And therefore he didn't outrun you.
Yeah, I was actually a bit worried since I only had a +1 on my Barbacle and he has a Gengar, so I panicked then. I didn't realize, I could actually kill it. So it could be an uninvested in speed or a modest Gengar.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, in general, that was a good fight. I think my favorite part was that after the Charizard swept 3 of Marcus's Pokemon, he actually countered back with that. I keep forgetting that ugly
Barbacle.
Barbacle. Yes.
It's not ugly. It's pretty.
Anything with a hand
ferocious.
and an eye is ugly. So, Barbaco is actually reverse sweep the entire team. In general, I think comments will be, well, Roydan generally has quite a balanced team. I think the strategy is pretty good. Agility, Smirgo is definitely something we have not seen around here. Unfortunately, I think what it lacks is that Gavantula should have, for example, Compound Eyes. And this bullet seed from Breloom would actually have helped, I think.
Yeah,
If you had
definitely.
bullet seed, it actually might have KO'd Azumarill in the process. But as for the misplays, not really any much misplays other than the Arcanine using a wild charge rather than extreme speed. So it actually took a bit more damage than it should have, and kind of hurt his chances of winning. So what do you think about Roydan as a player?
Well, Roydan's actually definitely quite a decent player,
Mm.
but if he could have made some correct predictions,
Mm.
I think he would have a high chance in taking down my team, considering the fact that he had a solar beamed Charizard
Charizard Y.
and the annoying Galvantula with Electro Ball.
How do you pronounce it? Gavantula?
I don't know.
Galvantula?
I think
Galvantula.
that bloody
Gee.
electric tarantula.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
and Brilum, which although not many people would think it's very offensive, but I do. It is a main counter for my team after all, and I won't be surprised if that Gengar actually carried an energy ball just for my team.
I see. Wait, it can learn energy ball?
Yeah, it can. If I'm not wrong, I faced one of the battles. Someone used Gengar with energy ball on me. If I'm not wrong.
I see. All right. So that concludes today's Pokemon battle commentary. We'll have more. What's the word for it? We'll have more joint commentaries in the future. Hope you enjoy it. Like, favorite, subscribe, and we'll see you again.
Eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
Hey, don't interrupt me. Okay. Bye bye.